Ravencoin is one of those cryptos that still follows proof of work. Yeah, except Bitcoin, like now Ethereum has also moved into POS. Except Bitcoin, I don't think there are too many, but Ravencoin is still one of those cryptos that has that proof of work mechanism. Should this coin be a part of your portfolio? We'll try and understand that in today's video. We'll see what's great, what are my concerns, what are the risks, and what you should possibly be doing. So let's start with understanding what really a Ravencoin is. Right? Now, Ravencoin is a peer-to-peer blockchain that is handling the efficient creation and transfer of assets from one party to another. In simple words, you can have NFTs, you can issue like literally shares of anything. You can have, let's say, you're registering a piece of land. Right? What do you do today? You go to the government office, you register your piece of land. Now, that is something that can be done on the blockchain. Now, these are historically the oldest known use cases of blockchain, so they are pretty much into that because this project is pretty old, right? So you have land deeds, you can even have something like your driving license being issued on it, you can have your college degrees issued on it, university certificates, etc. issued on it. You can have virtual goods, you can have any physical and digital asset that can be tokenized, issued using Ravencoin. And you can have credit as well. It could be airline miles, it could be reward points, whatever it is, all that can be issued. So some of these can be transferable, non-transferable, etc., etc. So that's broadly what Ravencoin is doing. Well, it's not unique, right? Now that's certainly a concern because it's not really unique. But what's really great, one is there is no pre-mine. Right? There was never a pre-mine. There was no ICO. There was no VC funding. So this is one of those grassroots cryptos that started off just like Bitcoin, where nobody really had a controlling stake. The second aspect is the founder happens to be running for Senate. This is extremely perplexing because usually when I analyze teams and founders, I look at what they've done historically, what is their position today, to see if they can actually help in any way. It's the first time that I saw the founder of a particular blockchain actually running for Senate. I don't know how this will play out in terms of the help per se that Ravencoin might get, or what influence it might have on Ravencoin. So that's really an open question as of now because he's still running for Senate, I believe. The solution, it is solving a problem. Definitely, these are the oldest problems that blockchain was envisioned to solve, but it's not really unique. There are hundreds of cryptos that are solving the same problem. You don't even need to issue a coin for that matter. There are several governments around the world that have already adopted blockchains that can solve what these guys are already doing. So this is not unique, right? That's so the solution is great, but it's not really unique. Then there are 25 million plus addresses. If you go down to their metrics, right, you'll see that the address count is well over 25 million. So that's pretty good, considering that this is still a small crypto. But here are my concerns, right? There's a high concentration, of Ravencoin. 42% of Ravencoin in circulation is held by just one wallet. Let me just show you that. If you go down to this link and go to top addresses, you will see that the top address itself owns about something around 42% of all Ravencoin. So this one here, the top address itself owns for 42% of all Ravencoin. I'm not because considering that they don't have like a treasury or a governance or a pool that they are maintaining to give grants and all that. I don't think they have anything like that. So this is definitely somebody who's mined his way through and has accumulated close to 42% of all Ravencoin. The top 25 wallets or addresses have something like 74% of all Ravencoin. So definitely there is a concentration risk in this particular crypto. Then the other thing that I have deep concerns about is very low transactions per second, right? The transactions per second, I think yesterday was like 0.068. When we have blockchains that are doing several thousands already, this is extremely low transactions. So that is something of a concern for me, that they're not doing enough transactions. In fact, if you go and look at the first page, we saw that there were 25 million wallet addresses, but there were barely 21 million transactions so far. Right? If you look at this, except for maybe this one time last year where it peaked to more than one transaction per second, it has roughly been below 0.2 transactions per second. Right? This is extremely concerning. And less than 50 projects so far. In fact, I had to search for these projects because they're not well documented in any particular place. And if you go to Ravencoin.wiki, you'll find about 40 odd projects here, most of them relating to NFTs. On their website itself, a handful of projects are listed. These are some of the projects that they have listed. What is concerning is that they don't have a great space to showcase their ecosystem, right? That's very important, but they haven't really bothered to do that, and that's a bit of a concern. And the fact that this is a 4-year-old crypto that has less than 50 projects, so that is not a great ecosystem that has been developed in such a long time, right? And the low ratings. If you go down to baserank.io and search for Ravencoin, you'll see that several rating agencies or several individuals, organizations who do ratings of cryptos have rated it pretty badly. Right? Across the board, I think they had got a less than 50 kind of a rating, right from adoption, which is actually my concern, to momentum, risk, technology. If you look at Blockonomy, they have rated them as 49. Right? Across the board, they've not really hit a 5 on anything. Right? If you see Token Insight, they've given them a 50. Flipside probably is the one that has given them the highest at 60. This is something that is concerning, that their ratings are not so great for a crypto that has a market cap of something like 400 million. Not so great ratings. Now here are the risks that I see. One is that it is leaderless. Right? Of course, if you take Bitcoin as an example, Satoshi, the inventor, he went on to manage a community. He went on to build that community, nurtured it for a good 3 years before he disappeared. And if you take Ethereum, Vitalik Buterin still guides the team. There is one aspect to not have a CEO or not have a leader as such, but then it is the other aspect to not completely be rudderless. And I think that's where Ravencoin sort of is, because they are completely rudderless at this point of time. The founder is like running for Senate, doing his own thing. I don't know what really the foundation is doing. This is where I feel that they might, they're not right, they're not in the right space, because it requires some bit of guidance for the first few years to bring out a mature ecosystem, bring in the early users, then form the community, then delegate governance to the community, right? That's an ideal way to go forward for any crypto project. You cannot be leaderless or rudderless right from day one. That's a bit of a concern for me. Now, proof of work might not really be the most preferred way, because because the fact that it is energy intensive, many funds are deciding to not invest in it. So that's one concern. And the fact that this is a crowded space, there are so many people trying to solve the same problem. There's so many cryptos trying to solve the same problem. It doesn't make sense for yet another crypto to try and solve it unless you're unique in your own way, which I don't see. There's nothing unique here. They don't have a moat. They don't have some USP that can take them ahead compared to someone else. And slow progress, right? You saw 50 projects in like 4 years, right? That's a slow progress on the ecosystem development. The meetups are rare. Right? If you go down to ravencoinmeetup.org, you'll see that they are meeting in November. The past meetups have been like probably a year ago, in November of last year. The one before that was in May. So I would say roughly like a 6 months or a 9 months kind of a duration between every meeting. Beyond that, I don't know what virtual meetings have existed, because it's not really listed here. So that's very long duration. It's like people are doing this part-time or something. So again, that's a bit of a concern, that this is slow progress rare meetings. What should you possibly do? Well, there are a few things. One is avoid airdrop scams, right? Because there are so many of these airdrop scams. I personally was looking at one Telegram group where they were insisting that you open this link, connect your wallet, and depending on how many Ravencoin you already have, you can get 2x, 3x of that Ravencoin. Well, that is not really the actual Telegram group of Ravencoin dev. So be careful. There are many such airdrop scams, so avoid all that. Secondly, do your own research, and I've linked all this in the description. You can go through it. Third, do consider other projects, because there are several projects that might be better than this, who are solving the same problem, who have a better, robust ecosystem. So do consider other projects. The last one is explore mining options. Right? As of today, at least, right? I've linked this in the description, where you can look at how to mine Ravencoin, especially for those of you who have all these hardware already available. This is something that you can explore, right? I have linked this in the description on how to really start mining. However, there is one concern that I would like to flag, which is that if you go down to let's say if this is one website that gives you an estimate of what kind of a profit you can really make, and if you look at Ravencoin, right, as of today, right, you're making like a negative profit, right? So you're in a loss. You're not really making money out of this because daily cost itself is surpassing the daily revenue, and this is not considering the cost of hardware. So overall, I don't think this is profitable. Bitcoin miners were still profitable, as some Bitcoin miners, depending on the hardware, were still profitable. There are some coins that are still profitable. This one, though, definitely not profitable. So mining, as of today, I would like to flag that it is not really worth considering. But if you have hardware, and at some later point in time, for whatever reason, maybe just the market itself is getting into a bull market, and hence all coins are rising, that Ravencoin becomes more expensive, and hence you might be mining could be profitable. At that point of time, at least you could explore it. I'll link this link also in the description for you to go through. So do explore mining options. As of today, though, not really worth it, but maybe sometime in the future. Ravencoin today is worth like 3 cents, 3.5 cents. 50% of the 50% of the total supply is in circulation. So I don't see dilution risk as such. That's not really there. And the price has crashed more than 86%. So if you want to have it as part of your portfolio, then do your own research and do check it out. The price is extremely low, like all cryptos, which are down 86-90%. However, consider all these things that I've just mentioned. I've linked this whiteboard as well in the description for you to go through. If you like this video, subscribe to the channel, tell your friends about it, and welcome to the Wave Crypto Club.